And we used to love to sing and sing because that attracted the girls.
Right.
The girls came to hear it.
None of us can deny Smokey Robinson's talent and success in the music industry. But he is not really a good man. Through his daughter's story, Smokey Robinson fans recently learned about his true personality, a man who had affairs with many women while married. His daughter's words hit hard. "My dad couldn't kick the habit of infidelity, even when it cost him dearly." There are many more condemnable things about Smokey Robinson waiting for us through the words of his daughter. Let's get started. In a revelation that has rocked the music industry, Smokey Robinson's daughter has finally come forward to confirm what many had long suspected: the devastating toll that infidelity and drug addiction took on her father's marriage and personal life. In a candid account, she sheds light on the tumultuous period marked by the birth of an illegitimate child and her father's escalating cocaine dependency. The iconic Motown singer, known for his smooth vocals and timeless hits, faced a harrowing downward spiral as his personal demons threatened to overshadow his musical legacy. Reflecting on her own struggles, she admits to never fully grasping the magnitude of her father's challenges in the midst of their unfolding. "I'm no shrink," she acknowledges, echoing the sentiment of countless individuals grappling with their own familial turmoil. "When I've gone through hard times, I've never stopped to analyze why, never seen the need." Yet, in hindsight, she recognizes the unmistakable patterns that shaped her father's journey. The loss of her grandfather, a figure of unwavering support and guidance, left an indelible void in her father's life. Five, as she fondly refers to him, had been a constant presence since her birth, a pillar of strength in times of uncertainty. His absence left her father adrift, grappling with fear and uncertainty in the absence of his paternal anchor. In a heartfelt account, she reveals the intricate web of emotions and decisions that led to the revelation of her father's extramarital affair and the unexpected pregnancy. It's a narrative that delves into the complexities of relationships, loyalty, and the undeniable pull of love and responsibility. As Smokey himself candidly admits, his marriage to Claudette was strained, despite her efforts to bridge the growing divide between them. And then there was Candy, a woman with whom he shared a long-standing affair, and who held a special place in his heart as someone who knew and loved his late father. It was during this turbulent period that Candy dropped a bombshell. She was pregnant. The news rocked Smokey to his core, challenging his sense of loyalty and duty. Despite the doubts and fears swirling in his mind, he knew one thing for certain: he couldn't abandon his child. In a moment of clarity and commitment, Smokey vowed to stand by Candy and their unborn child, despite the repercussions it would undoubtedly have on his marriage and family life. It was a decision born out of love, responsibility, and a belief in the sanctity of life against all odds. For Smokey, the prospect of fatherhood outside of his marriage was daunting, fraught with guilt and uncertainty. Yet, it was also a testament to the miraculous nature of life, defying the medical odds that had deemed conception impossible for Candy. However, Smokey's daughter lays bare the complexities of his relationships and the profound impact of his decisions. At the heart of it all lies the unexpected pregnancy of Candy, a woman with whom he shared a clandestine affair, and the birth of their son, Trey. As Smokey reflects on Candy's unwavering resolve to carry their child to term, he underscores his unwavering belief in a woman's right to choose. For him, it was never a question of imposing his will upon her, but rather respecting her autonomy and honoring her decision with unwavering support and understanding. With a heart full of love and a sense of duty, Smokey pledges to stand by Candy every step of the way throughout her pregnancy. Despite the complexities and challenges it presented, he remained steadfast in his commitment to be present, offering support and reassurance to both Candy and their unborn child. In 1984, Trey entered the world, as a beacon of hope and new beginnings. For Smokey, his son's arrival was nothing short of a miracle, a testament to the resilience of life against all odds. As he held Trey in his arms for the first time, he couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of pride and gratitude. Yet, amidst the joy of Trey's birth, Smokey found himself grappling with a weighty decision: when and how to disclose the truth to his wife, Claudette. Despite his best intentions, circumstances conspired to delay the inevitable conversation, as their 25th wedding anniversary took precedence in their lives. The narrative unfolds with a palpable sense of tension as Claudette, Smokey's wife, senses the impending storm on the horizon. Despite her efforts to mend their fractured relationship, she finds herself grasping at straws, desperate for a semblance of the love and connection they once shared. As the milestone of their 25th anniversary looms large, Claudette clings to hope, envisioning a renewal of vows that could perhaps breathe new life into their faltering marriage. Yet for Smokey, the prospect of reconciliation is but a fleeting illusion, his heart already adrift in the turbulent seas of infidelity and addiction. Haunted by his own demons and consumed by a sense of emptiness, Smokey finds solace in the dark embrace of drugs, the insidious grip of rock cocaine slowly tightening its hold around his soul. With each puff, he drifts further from the shores of his marriage, lost in a haze of longing and regret. Claudette's pleas for reconciliation fall on deaf ears as Smokey grapples with the harsh reality of his betrayal. It's a moment of reckoning, as he must summon the courage to confront the truth and face the consequences of his actions. With a heavy heart, Smokey finally confesses to Claudette the existence of a child born out of his affair with Condi, unleashing a torrent of emotions that shatter the fragile facade of their marriage. In a heartbreaking display of anguish and despair, Claudette's world crumbles around her as she confronts the harsh reality of her husband's infidelity. As Smokey recounts the pivotal moment that shattered the fragile facade of his marriage, he speaks with a solemn resignation. The confession of fathering a child outside of his marriage with Condi is the final straw, the breaking point that forces him to confront the harsh reality of his actions. There are no excuses, no justifications, only acceptance of responsibility for the choices that led him to this moment. With a heavy heart and a sense of resignation, Smokey makes the decision to leave, to remove himself from the wreckage of his marriage and the chaos of his own making. He finds solace in a solitary existence, seeking refuge in the numb embrace of drugs as he descends into a downward spiral of addiction and despair. It's in this moment of darkness that Berry Gordy, the founder and chairman of Motown Records, intervenes, offering a glimmer of hope in the midst of the storm. With concern etched upon his face, Berry extends a lifeline to his troubled friend, inviting him into the sanctuary of his Bel Air mansion in a desperate bid to save him from himself. For a week, Smokey remains ensconced within the opulent confines of Berry's estate, wrestling with his demons as he grapples with the allure of drugs and the hollow promises of escape they offer. Yet, even amidst the grandeur of his surroundings, the llamas and peacocks, the glistening pool, and attentive servants, Smokey remains consumed by his addiction, his mind clouded by the relentless pursuit of his next high. Despite Berry's earnest pleas and well-intentioned efforts to steer him away from the abyss, Smokey finds himself unable to break free from the grip of his addiction. Promises are made, but they ring hollow in the face of his relentless cravings and the overwhelming weight of his despair. The story unfolds with the stark contrast between life and death, joy and heartbreak. While Smokey's father had passed away, his son Trey was born, a testament to the intricate dance of beginnings and endings that characterizes the human experience. Yet, amidst the bittersweet tapestry of life, there lies a tangled web of emotions and relationships strained to their breaking point. Claudette, Smokey's wife, finds herself grappling with the pain of betrayal, while Candy, the mother of Smokey's child, anxiously awaits answers that seem forever out of reach. As Candy pleads for clarity and understanding, Smokey retreats into silence, the weight of his secrets pressing down upon him like a suffocating blanket. Despite her intuition, Candy is met with a wall of silence, leaving her to navigate the uncertainty of their situation alone. Meanwhile, Claudette confronts the harsh reality of her fractured marriage, her heart torn between love and betrayal. In a moment of clarity, she refuses to be the one to initiate divorce proceedings, a silent testament to the depth of her love and the pain of her disillusionment. In a state of numb resignation, Smokey takes the first steps towards dissolution, seeking solace in the sterile confines of legal proceedings. Yet even as he navigates the intricacies of divorce, he finds himself grappling with the bitter truth of his actions and the toll they've taken on those he once held dear. Attempting to bridge the chasm between them with a plea for friendship, then Smokey is met with Claudette's icy demeanor, her hostility, a stark reminder of the pain and betrayal that lingers between them. Undeterred, Smokey implores Claudette to reconsider, appealing to the bond forged over 3 decades of shared history. "This is you and me, boo-boo," he declares, his words tinged with a desperate longing for reconciliation. "We've cared about each other for 30 years. That doesn't have to change." In a rare moment of vulnerability, Claudette's defenses begin to crumble, her demeanor softening as she inquires about Smokey's well-being. Yet, beneath the facade of composura, Smokey's facade begins to crack, his words betraying the turmoil that rages within. Haunted by paranoia and consumed by the relentless pursuit of his next high, Smokey retreats further into the abyss of addiction, his mind clouded by hallucinations and delusions. Even the earnest pleas of his dear friend Forrest Hairston fall on deaf ears, as Smokey stubbornly refuses to acknowledge the depth of his affliction. As the shadows closed in around him, Smokey found himself ensnared in a web of despair, his once promising career overshadowed by the suffocating grip of addiction. Relatives and friends wept for him, their tears a testament to the anguish that had taken root within his soul. Promoters questioned his absence from the stage, oblivious to the torment raging within him. In a desperate bid to reclaim a semblance of normalcy, Smokey booked a concert date, a fleeting respite from the relentless onslaught of his inner demons. But even as he stood before the adoring crowd, his heart heavy with the weight of his addiction, he found solace only in the numbing embrace of drugs. The echoes of past tragedies haunted him, their specters looming large in the recesses of his tortured mind. As he retreated to the solitude of his dressing room, Smokey was confronted by the stark reality of his plight. Fear gnawed at his soul, its icy fingers tightening their grip with each passing moment. As the darkness threatened to engulf him, Smokey found an unlikely beacon of hope in the unwavering presence of his friend, Leon. Through the long, silent hours of the night, Leon's prayers pierced the veil of despair, a lifeline extended to a soul teetering on the brink of oblivion. With the dawn, Leon's steadfast resolve remained unyielding, his unwavering commitment to Smokey's well-being a testament to the power of friendship in the face of adversity. Together, they embarked on a pilgrimage to Ablaze Ministry, a sanctuary nestled in the heart of a working-class neighborhood, a refuge where people of all walks of life gathered in search of solace and salvation. As they stepped into the humble surroundings of Ablaze, Smokey was met with a tapestry of diversity, a mosaic of faces and voices united in their pursuit of healing and redemption. Amidst the joyful chorus of praise, Smokey encountered Jean Perez, a formidable woman whose presence exuded strength and grace. With words that resonated deep within his soul, Jean Perez spoke not from the pulpit, but from the depths of her own lived experience, a testament to the transformative power of faith and resilience. In Smokey, she recognized a kindred spirit, a soul in need of healing and restoration. With a gentle embrace, Jean Perez enveloped Smokey in a mother's love, her words a balm to his wounded spirit. In a moment of divine revelation, she whispered truths that pierced the veil of his deception, a testament to the omnipotent love of a higher power. As the reality of his condition unfolded before him, Smokey was overcome with a profound sense of awe and gratitude. For in the embrace of Jean Perez, he found not only healing for his body, but salvation for his soul, a testament to the miraculous power of faith to conquer even the darkest of nights. Yet, as Jean Perez fervently beseeched the heavens, she was overcome by a force so potent it left her momentarily incapacitated. In that sacred moment, Smokey stood in awe, a witness to the unfathomable workings of a higher power. As Jean Perez emerged from her divine trance, she gazed upon Smokey with eyes alight with revelation. In her words, he found solace, a reassurance that the hand of the Lord was upon him, guiding him through the darkest of nights. In the quiet solitude of the back room, Jean Perez continued to channel the divine, her prayers a lifeline extended to a soul in need of salvation. With each whispered supplication, Smokey felt the chains of addiction fall away, replaced by a profound sense of peace and renewal. As Jean Perez spoke of Smokey's future, her words carried the weight of prophecy, a testament to the transformative power of faith and the boundless grace of redemption. In that sacred space, Smokey felt the burden of his past lifted, replaced by a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. Since that fateful night at a Blaze Ministry, Smokey has walked a path illuminated by the light of divine guidance, a path free from the shadows of addiction and despair. Miraculously, the desire for drugs has vanished, replaced by a deep-seated conviction that he is indeed saved. In a legal saga that has riveted fans and industry insiders alike, Smokey Robinson's daughter has revealed a dispute between her father and his ex-wife. This high-stakes showdown, characterized by its complexity and emotional weight, has centered around termination rights granted by the 1976 Copyright Act. As Smokey endeavors to reclaim control over his musical legacy, his former spouse, Claudette, has stood firm, asserting her own claim to a significant portion of the rights being sought. The narrative takes on an added dimension as Claudette, who was married to Smokey from 1957 to 1986, unveils her side of the story. She maintains that during their decades-long union, she made considerable sacrifices, including shelving her own promising singing career, to nurture their family and support Smokey's artistic pursuits. At the heart of the legal battle lies a fundamental question of entitlement. Claudette contends that her contributions to Smokey's career and the sacrifices she made entitle her to an equitable share of the rights he seeks to regain. Her stance triggered a legal showdown, with Smokey filing a lawsuit seeking declaratory relief, only for Claudette to counter with her own claims. After the dissolution of their marriage in 1986, the legal intricacies of Smokey Robinson's divorce from Claudette Robinson lay dormant until 1989, when the ex-couple entered into a stipulated judgment. However, crucially, this agreement failed to anticipate the possibility of Smokey regaining control over his compositions and striking new licensing deals. Fast forward a quarter century, and the absence of clarity on whether these recaptured copyrights constitute community property or separate property. Under California family law, propelled the Robinsons back into the courtroom. In a courtroom drama that unfolded like a plot from a legal thriller, Claudette's attorney passionately argued that the termination provision within copyright law wasn't intended to facilitate a windfall taking of copyright from former spouses. Instead, they contended that during the divorce proceedings, Smokey gained an unfair advantage over Claudette by concealing the full extent of his termination rights. Smokey's legal team launched a robust defense, asserting that recaptured copyrights inherently belong to the author alone, emphasizing the exclusivity granted by the 1976 Copyright Act. They argued that any attempt to interfere with Smokey's ability to exploit his newly regained rights could jeopardize his creative autonomy and financial interests. In a legal chess match that invoked constitutional principles, discussions veered into the territory of the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution, highlighting the inherent tension between federal copyright law and state family law. This clash of legal doctrines underscored the gravity of the dispute and its potential ramifications for artists and their representatives across the music industry. Despite the intensity of the courtroom battle, a surprising twist emerged as the Robinsons opted for a truce, signaling a willingness to pursue a negotiated settlement. However, the road to resolution proved arduous, requiring a considerable investment of time and intellectual firepower. In a plea for patience, attorneys representing both parties sought additional time from the judge to navigate the complexities of the settlement process. The multifaceted nature of the agreement, which necessitated input from family law and music transactional experts, underscored the intricacies at play. As the legal teams worked tirelessly behind the scenes, grappling with issues ranging from income streams to the future disposition of copyrights, it became apparent that arriving at a final resolution would require a Herculean effort. The settlement negotiations, shrouded in complexity, underscored the profound impact of this legal dispute on the intersection of law, music, and personal relationships. In addition, in a revelation that's been speculated about for years, Smokey Robinson's daughter has finally confirmed what many had suspected all along. Her father, the iconic 83-year-old singer, had a year-long affair with none other than Diana Ross. While Smokey had tied the knot with Claudette Rogers at the tender age of 19, he admitted to indulging in extramarital flings during their 27-year union. However, it's the dalliance with the legendary Endless Love songstress that has captured public attention. Their connection goes way back, as Smokey and Diana had known each other since childhood. Their paths intertwined through the vibrant Motown scene. Asked directly about their relationship, Smokey didn't shy away from confirming the whispers. "Yes, we did," he confessed to the Guardian newspaper, acknowledging the passionate liaison that unfolded between them for about a year. And while he was still married at the time, he spoke of the affair with a certain reverence, describing it as beautiful. But Smokey was quick to dispel any notions of scandal or pursuit. It wasn't a calculated affair, nor was it driven by ulterior motives. Instead, it was a natural progression, fueled by shared experiences and mutual admiration. "She's a beautiful lady, and I love her right till today," Smokey expressed, offering a glimpse into the enduring bond between them. "She's one of my closest people." Their relationship, according to Smokey, was more than just a romantic entanglement. It was a symbiotic connection, rooted in their shared aspirations within the music industry. "She was young and trying to get her career together. I was trying to help her," he explained, shedding light on the dynamics that drove their liaison. In fact, Smokey took an active role in shaping Diana's career, paving the way for her journey into the hallowed halls of Motown. Yet, despite the depth of their connection, it was ultimately Diana who decided to call it quits. She realized that Smokey's heart still belonged to his wife, Claudette, whom he professed to love deeply. "After we'd been seeing each other for a while, Diana said to me she couldn't do that because she knew Claudette, and she knew I still loved my wife. And I did. I loved my wife very much," Smokey recounted. This revelation sheds light on the complexity of human emotions and the tangled webs of relationships. Despite the undeniable chemistry between Smokey and Diana, their affair was tempered by a sense of loyalty and respect for Claudette, who remained a central figure in Smokey's heart. But the intrigue surrounding Smokey Robinson doesn't end there. Rumors have swirled for years, fueled by fans' imaginations, suggesting that Smokey and Diana may have been the real parents of the late Michael Jackson. Smokey finds this notion amusing, laughing off the wild speculation with hearty chuckles. They say I'm the baby daddy? Heh 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 heh. Ho ho ho. They say Diana Ross and I had Michael. Oh my God. I never heard that one, man. That's pretty good. That's funny. That's funny. I'm gonna call her and ask her. That's funny. In reflecting on the nature of love and relationships, Smokey challenges societal norms and taboos. He believes that people are capable of loving multiple individuals simultaneously, a notion that he feels has been unjustly stigmatized by society. You ask me what happens when we get older and we get wisdom in life. I learned that we are capable of loving more than one person at the same time, and it has been made taboo by us, by people, Smokey mused. On the other side, Smokey Robinson's daughter also confirmed what many have long suspected, but amidst this revelation, the legendary singer finds himself embroiled in a social media storm. The 82-year-old icon sparked controversy with his recent remarks during a virtual appearance on The View, where he boldly declared, "Black is a race," and expressed his resentment towards the term African American. In a statement that has since gone viral, Smokey emphasized the contributions of black people to the fabric of American society. "I resent being called African American because black people have contributed so much to the development of the United States of America," he asserted. His words echoed a sentiment of pride in black heritage while challenging the use of a label that he feels undermines the rich legacy of black Americans. Smokey's stance on this issue harkens back to comments he made nearly 2 decades ago during an appearance on Russell Simmons' Def Poetry, where he sought to educate audiences about the black experience through poetry. His recent remarks serve as a continuation of this advocacy, highlighting the need to acknowledge and celebrate the invaluable contributions of black individuals throughout history. The controversy surrounding Smokey's statements underscores the ongoing dialogue surrounding racial identity and terminology in America. His assertion that black is a race challenges societal norms and calls for a reevaluation of how we define and discuss race and ethnicity. While some rallied behind the entertainer, others wasted no time in launching scathing criticisms and trolling. Twitter user H.L.E. Spencer jumped into the fray, asserting, "The facts that black is a race and African American is an ethnicity really whoops y'all's asses," while labeling Robinson an idiot. This sentiment echoed the sentiments of many who took issue with Robinson's stance, highlighting the complexities of racial identity and terminology. Adding fuel to the fire, Twitter user A Life Dutchie, known for his self-described past as a retired drug dealer, took aim at Robinson's age and internet presence, questioning, "A man born in the 1940s is on the internet telling people to drop the African and just call him Black American, 'cause he had never been to Africa. What are the stages of dementia?" This sharp critique reflects the skepticism and disbelief expressed by some towards Robinson's views. However, amidst the backlash, there were voices of support for the iconic singer. Twitter user A Gracefully Tory chimed in, expressing understanding and solidarity with Robinson's perspective. "I understand what Smokey Robinson is explaining," they wrote. "I love being called Black American as well. I thought I was the only one who didn't like to be called African American." The clash of opinions on social media underscores the complexities and nuances surrounding racial identity in contemporary America. Robinson's assertion that black is a race and his reluctance to embrace the label African American has ignited a broader conversation about the significance of language in shaping individual and collective identities. Despite his accolades and acclaim, Robinson remains steadfast in his convictions, asserting his identity as a proud Black American. Embracing the term black, he confronts the historical baggage attached to the color, acknowledging its fraught connotations throughout history. Black has been so negativized as a color down throughout history by those who wanted to negativize it. Robinson observed, highlighting the pervasive influence of racism and prejudice in shaping societal perceptions. In a powerful assertion of Black pride, Robinson insists that the contributions of Black people should be celebrated and recognized on par with their white counterparts. He challenges the notion that African American is the only acceptable label, expressing his resentment towards the term. I resent being called African American because Black people have contributed so much to the development of the United States of America, he declared passionately. Robinson's argument extends beyond semantics to encompass a broader call for acknowledgement and respect for the sacrifices and achievements of Black Americans throughout history. He pays tribute to the countless Black servicemen and women who have bravely served their country, emphasizing that their sacrifices were made for the United States, not distant African lands. In another development, Smokey Robinson's daughter revealed an extremely tense moment between her father and James Corden. The tension arose as James Corden shared his impressions of the upcoming documentary Hitsville, The Making of Motown. While acknowledging the film's greatness, Corden boldly proclaimed his preference for the soulful hits of contemporary artists. I'm talking like Usher, Bruno Mars, Alicia Keys, Lauryn Hill. I feel like new songs have a better sound, Corden asserted, sparking a contentious exchange with Smokey Robinson. The legendary Smokey Robinson himself made a surprise appearance at the studio, ready to challenge the notion that modern soul music reigns supreme over the classics. What followed was nothing short of a musical showdown. A battle of generations settled in an old-fashioned riff-off. Confronting host James Corden face to face, Smokey wasted no time in setting the record straight. I heard you've been telling people that modern soul music is better than classic soul music, he declared. Well, you know, classic soul music is my thing, man. How about we settle this right here, right now? With the Philharmonic backing him up, Smokey launched into his classic hit, Cruisin', followed by The Temptations' iconic Get Ready. Meanwhile, James took the stage with Bruno Mars's Finesse and Lizzo's infectious Juice, determined to defend his stance on modern soul. As the two musical titans battled it out song after song, the intensity reached a crescendo. But it was James who eventually threw in the towel, overwhelmed by the sheer talent and presence of Smokey Robinson. In a moment of humility, James pretended to break down, admitting defeat with heartfelt sincerity. I don't even know why I got into this stupid fight. I mean, you're Smokey Robinson, he exclaimed. I didn't stand a chance, man. Who starts a fight about soul music with Smokey Robinson? I'm an idiot. In the midst of their musical duel, Smokey, ever the peacemaker, sought to ease tensions by extending a comforting gesture to James. Putting his arm around the host's shoulder, Smokey reassured him with heartfelt words of wisdom. James, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. It's all right. What are we fighting for anyway? Soul music is a community, he declared, emphasizing the unity and camaraderie that soul music fosters. Despite the spirited competition, the entire drama was infused with a sense of levity and camaraderie, perfectly tailored for television entertainment. And true to the spirit of reconciliation, Smokey and James set aside their feud to join together in a heartwarming duet of My Girl, showcasing the timeless harmony and mutual respect that defines the soul music genre. As Smokey Robinson's daughter's confirmation adds another layer to the narrative, the playful exchange between Smokey and James serves as a poignant reminder of the unifying power of music and the enduring bonds it creates. In the end, it's not about who wins or loses, but about coming together to celebrate the rich tapestry of soul music and its ability to bring people together, just as Smokey himself has done throughout his illustrious career. What do you think about Smokey Robinson's daughter's latest revelations about her father? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.